Welcome back, friends. We begin with our book now. We are almost midway of this book, Ikigai, a beautiful book written by Hector Gracia and Francis Miralles. These are two people who have written this book, trying to decode the Japanese secret to a long and a happy life. So there are a few takeaway lines from this book, which you should remember forever. For example, this Japanese proverb, only staying active will make you want to live 100 years. So if you're not active, if you are just not doing anything, why would you want to live for 100 years also? You know, I mean, not to be in the hospital bed in the last 10 years or last 5 years of our life. We don't want to live for that. So if you want to live for 100 years, you've got to be active, right? ये मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद आई line. And in the last lesson which we did, find flow in everything you do, the fourth lesson, which we are still doing, one beautiful line by this one, Einstein, which is very interesting, the quotation which I had shown you. Put your hand on a hot stove for a minute and it seems like an hour. Sit with a pretty girl for an hour, it seems like a minute. That is relativity. So I really like this one. And another one by Bruce Lee, which I had shown you, be water, my friends. So that is being in the flow. Aaj humne meditation mein bhi wahi we were trying to visualize, when we breathe out, we are falling down like water and just spreading. So he says that go with the flow. So these were the things, these great scientists and all the people who have been successful in the entire world, they have actually picked up these things from all our scriptures of the East. Have you noticed that? For example, when I talk about the Bhagavad Gita also, all these great scientists have, accepted that कुछ भी new वो जब करते थे कुछ भी finding अपनी करते थे, like Einstein only, he used to always keep the Bhagavad Gita next to him. Okay? So ये जो knowledge थी यहाँ की, उसको इन लोगों ने बहुत beautifully use किया है in their living. Okay? तो ये सारी नॉलेज तो हमारे स्क्रिप्चर से ही है, वेदांता से ही है, पुराना से ही है, लेकिन it has been taken up and used by these people. So this was the quotation I was talking about. When you sit with a nice girl for 2 hours, it seems like 2 minutes. When you sit on a hot stove for 2 minutes, it seems like 2 hours. So that means when you're doing something which really, really interests you, आपको टाइम का पता नहीं चलेगा. If you're reading an interesting book, you can go on reading the whole day, lunch bhi miss ho jayega, sab kuch miss ho jayega, aapko pata bhi nahi chalega. Another quotation by Einstein, when he passed, till his last minute, he was working, So, tab to 100 years tak jeene ka fayda bhi hai if you're going to do something till you're living. If you don't want to do anything, you just want to lie on the bed and crib and complain to people, then why should you be living for 100 years? There's no use living for 100 years, right? So this was the chapter we were doing. Are you all able to see the slides? Visible, hai na? Please, somebody speak up. Can you see it?
Yeah, they're visible.
Okay. So this is Bruce Lee again. His line was very, very famous. To be like water, my friends. So that means just be in the flow. This is what he meant. So this was the book we were talking about, The Flow. He gives us very beautiful explanations and also certain experiments, how to be in the flow. I'll just show you something. 1 minute. Yeah. So this is what was his flow chart. He made this flow model. So when you're in the flow, as you're going in the flow, you are more relaxed. You're more in control with your work. Whereas when you're not going in the flow, you're not trying to take things in a sort of a progressive manner. We are always in anxiety, worry, empathy, boredom, right? So this was his 8 key components, which we read out last time. I'm just going a little faster now. I want to finish this chapter today. When you're completely involved in an activity, that means you're in the flow. You're doing what really interests you, what your passion is. वो आप काम कर रहे हैं, ठीक है ना? Okay. So this Owen Scaffer was another one. He also gave these conditions for a flow. अब flow में कब होते हैं? जब हमें पता है हम क्या कर रहे हैं. When we know what we are doing, and हमारी अच्छी skills हैं उसके बारे में. We know where to go. We are so focused about where to go, and we are taking up tasks which is little difficult than our normal tasks. But इतने भी difficult नहीं है कि हमारा interest खत्म हो जाए, और इतना easy भी नहीं है कि हम bore हो जाएं. Right? Okay. All right. These are nice quotations by these people who have sort of discovered that being in the flow was the secret to their success. Okay. Yeah. This is living in the moment. You know, a happy man is too satisfied with the present to dwell too much on the future. So, आप present में कब रहना चाहोगे? If you're happy with it, right? If you're not happy with the present, तभी आप कल का सोचते रहते हो, जो हो चुका उसका complain करते रहते हो. But if you're very happy in the present moment, आप बहुत ज़्यादा future के बारे में सोचने वाले भी नहीं. This was multitasking. This is where we stopped last time. So we were trying to come to a consensus that yes, this is a book, Whiplash. I'm skipping that. The pandemic of multitasking. You know, he calls it the pandemic of multitasking. Now that pandemic is getting over, and we have also now realized that multitasking, don't relate this to the pandemic, which we have crossed this now. I mean, even people have now understood that multitasking is actually reducing your productivity by 60%, which is very, very alarming. So it is time to stop multitasking. एक्चुअल में मल्टीटास्किंग करने के लिए भी बहुत स्किल्ड होना जरूरी है. जस्ट थिंकिंग अबाउट 20 थिंग्स डजंट मीन यू आर डूइंग मल्टीटास्किंग. यू आर डूइंग नथिंग. See, the rest of us are just doing lots of things in short bursts. That means very, very badly. मतलब हम सोच रहे हैं कि हम 10 चीजें कर रहे हैं, बट आप कर नहीं रहे हो. आप कोई भी एक चीज प्रॉपरली नहीं कर रहे. Okay? So multitasking can reduce productivity by 40%. That's the same effect you'd see if you missed a full night's sleep. एक रात आप पूरी रात जाग के देखो, next day आपका कितना productive जाता है. That is the effect of doing multitasking. Now this is a pomodoro. It's in the shape of a tomato. ये वो कहते हैं इसको ऐसे use करो. ये एक instrument है. आपको कैसे use, एक technique है कि आप multitasking से कैसे you can wean yourself out of multitasking. He says choose one task, ठीक है, timer लगाओ, उतने देर कर आपने करना है, and then you have to take a little break of 2-3 minutes. So जो आपने टाइमर लगा रखा है वो 25 मिनट्स का है, तो वो बीप करेगा. ये पोमोडोरा जो है, इट विल बीप, गिव अ अलार्म कि हाँ इतना टाइम हो गया. तो उतने टाइम तक आपने उसी टास्क पे ही कंसंट्रेट करना है. आपने उसके बीच में कुछ और नहीं करना है. चाय भी पीना है तो you will take a 3 to 5 minutes break after that 25 minutes. So this will help you eventually to start doing one thing at a time. Means आप चाय भी नहीं पी रहे हैं बीच में उसके साथ. It's the same thing. Decide the task that you need to do. Work on the task until the timer rings. And after 4 cycles, take a 15 to 30 minutes break. Take a short break. Again, set the time. मतलब आपने ब्रेक्स ऐसा नहीं कि चाय साथ साथ पी रहे हैं और साथ साथ आप कुछ लिख रहे हैं, कुछ टाइप कर रहे हैं, साथ साथ आप ईमेल चेक कर रहे हैं, साथ साथ आप कुछ मैसेज लिख रहे हैं. नॉट लाइक दैट. उससे क्या होता है, when you're doing something else, साथ में आपने एक मैसेज चेक करा, करते करते आपको पता ही नहीं चला how many messages you are checking and how much time you have wasted. Okay, so to focus on one point, this Pomodoro technique is used. Okay, who's this? Who's this? The Apple guy.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah. So the only way to do great things is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. So he was so impressed by the way these Japanese work. So whenever he went there, he used to come back in awe, you know. He used to see कि वो लोग कितना focus होके काम करते हैं, these Japanese, and any tiny छोटा सा भी काम हो. For example, he went to some factory and वहां पे उन्होंने देखा छोटी छोटी चीजें बनाने के लिए भी, even for example मेकअप ब्रशेस होते हैं जो उनकी ब्रिसल्स होती हैं, वो काम भी वन टाइनी वर्क वाज डिवाइडेड इनटू वेरियस पीपल. एक अगर वो स्टिक के ऊपर पेंट कर रहा है तो ही इज डूइंग दैट टीडियसली. ये नहीं कि खिचड़ी बना हुआ है एंड एवरीवन इज डूइंग एवरीथिंग, नॉट लाइक दैट. देन ही सेड कि वो ब्रिसल्स जो लगा रहे हैं, वेयर हु इज डूइंग दैट, उसको वो तो दिखा नहीं. देयर वाज वन पर्सन, आई एम फॉरगेटिंग हिज नेम, इफ यू रीड द बुक यू विल गेट द नेम. उसको अलग एक, ही इज सिटिंग इन वन रूम, दैट लेडी, और वो टाइनी इतना इन्वॉल्व है, उसको पता भी नहीं चला कि somebody has come into the room. एक एक है को वो मेटिकुलसली लेकर, सो मच इन्वॉल्व इन, आई मीन सो मच इन लव विद द वर्क, कि उसको कोई कुछ पता नहीं है आसपास क्या हो रहा है. सो दैट इज द लेवल ऑफ deep connection with the work you're doing. So there are lots of examples are given in the book. Now this is another one. This guy, he used to make animated, I want to read about him. Just a minute. मैं भी आपको पढ़ के बताती हूँ. This fellow used to make movies. Only so the art of these Japanese people, all the artisans, जैसे मैंने अभी पहले आपको example दिया, and whatever work they're doing, any art work they're doing, they get so involved कि उनको आसपास का कुछ पता नहीं होता कि what is really happening. And when they do that work, वो इतना सुंदर work होता है कि no one can actually compete with what they are doing, right? मैं इसके बारे में आपको बताना चाह रही थी. This person who makes this movies in Studio Ghibli. Okay, this is the Studio Ghibli, and this fellow is so Miyazaki, that's his name. He's so passionate about his work that he spends many Sundays in the studio, enjoying the state of flow, putting his Ikigai above all. Visitors know that under no circumstances is one to bother Miyazaki, who is known for his quick temper, quickly if he is interrupted while drawing. तो ये छोटे छोटे ड्राइंग्स बना के ही the movies which he makes, वो animations, वो first he draws them. Okay, right? So in all his films, we see humans, technology, fantasy, and nature in a state of conflict, and in the end coming together. One of the most poignant metaphors in his films, Spirited Away, is an obese spirit covered in trash that represents the pollution of the river. So most of his movies, eventually, this is the Spirited Away I'm talking about. Okay, so this is the monster which he has shown, which is depicting pollution. So that was the intent of जिसको बोलते हैं concentration in the work. We've already done that. Okay. So laughter is an instant vacation. So how much importance they give to laughter, to enjoyment, even at whatever age they are, they enjoy even the mundanest of the task. छोटे से छोटे काम को भी वो enjoy करते हैं. They make it a celebration, So even laundry, मतलब कपड़े धोना, who's going to enjoy that work? Tell me. But वो हर छोटे से काम को they make it fun and they enjoy it. So that is their secret. कुछ भी वो करते हैं, वो micro flow में रहते हैं. Micro flow means even tiny से tiny work is done with a lot of enthusiasm and fun. Okay, so हमारे लिए उन्होंने बोला है, what happens when we have to say, do the laundry, move the lawn, or attend to paperwork? Is there a way to make these mundane tasks enjoyable? Okay. Now, I'm just reading out an example because आप लोग read कर नहीं रहे हैं, so something which is really nice, I'm trying to read it for you. Near the Shinjuku subway station is one of the neural centers of Tokyo. There is a supermarket that still employs elevator operators. जो लिफ्ट में ऊपर नीचे ले जाते हैं. खैर हमारी कंट्री में तो अभी भी वैसे ही है सिस्टम. The elevators are fairly standard and could easily be operated by the customers, but the store prefers to provide the service of someone holding the door open for you, pushing the button for your floor, and bowing as you exit. So वो एक ही काम कर रही है वो lady, but she has a big smile on her face. और वो जब भी कोई आता है, we've all been bored in a class or in a conference, start dawdling to keep ourselves in time. Okay. Our ability to turn routine tasks into moments of microflow into something we enjoy is key to our being happy, since we all have to do such tasks. छोटे छोटे काम सबको करने होते हैं. Only if we start enjoying them, that is the secret to be happy. Even Bill Gates washes the dishes every night. He says he enjoys it, that it helps him relax and clear his mind, and that he tries to do it in a little better each day, following an established order to set of rules he's made for himself. Plates first, forks second, and so on. मतलब हर छोटे से काम को भी हम enjoyable अगर बना लें, वो बर्तन धो रहा है, but he's making it like a game. If first I will do the plates, then I will do the dishes, then I will do the spoons. Means he is so involved in that. वो करते करते he is not thinking of anything else. He's not thinking of anything else. For example, the archer's secret. The winner of the 1988 Olympic gold medal for archery was a 17-year-old woman from South Korea. When asked how she prepared, she replied that the most important part of her training was meditating for 2 hours each day. So all these people, how do they learn to enjoy simple tasks? जो हम अभी 1 घंटा करके चुके हैं, meditation. So meditation actually gives you instant say power to enjoy mundane tasks also. Training the mind can get us to a place of flow more quickly. Meditation is one way to exercise our mental muscles. So this book also promotes what we are doing. Okay. One of the most common mistakes among people starting to meditate is worrying about doing it right, achieving absolute mental silence, or reaching nirvana. The most important thing is to focus on the journey. So we don't really have to bother कि हमारी meditation कैसी हुई है, हमने अच्छे meditate किया कि नहीं किया, हमें तो no mind state हुआ ही नहीं. We don't have to bother about that because that is eventually going to happen. हमें उसके पहले जो feeling आ रही है, we are going to concentrate on that. So this book gives a basic practice, which we do, involves sitting with a straight back and focusing on your breath. Anyone can do it, and you feel a difference after just one session. By fixing your attention on the air moving in and out of your nose, you can slow the torrent of thoughts and clear your mental horizons. So I think yahan pe to you all can smile at yourself because we have already begun this journey, right? Okay. Okay. Meditation will change your life for the better, enhance your physical health, improve your sleep, and help you achieve your goals, both material and spiritual. This is said by Deepak Chopra. Okay. Why am I not able to? Okay. So, ये तो हम सबको अब पता है how to do this, right? So I go to the next one. Why am I not able to? Okay, that's it. So this is what we had to learn in the 4th chapter. So any discussion, any point, anything? So using the flow to find your Ikigai. Ikigai, you all know what is Ikigai? Definition of Ikigai is given behind the book here. Anything what you love, what you are good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs. So हमारे अंदर ये सारा already है. भगवत गीता में भी कृष्णा tells अर्जुन कि सब कुछ तुम्हारे अंदर है. It has just been covered by clouds, right? हमारे अंदर वो light already है. The Ikigai is already in the center here. You know, कहाँ है वो? ये रहा. It is already in the center here, within ourselves. But it is covered by so many clouds कि हम उसे देख नहीं पाते. तो हमारी भगवत गीता भी हमें यही सिखाती है कि the light is within us, but it is covered. Covered by what? We are going to start the Bhagavad Gita after I finish this book. Now, revision करेंगे हम of Bhagavad Gita next after I finish this. अब मैं इसको fast लेके जाऊंगी because I'm just giving you the crux of the book. Actually, it is the same concept repeated, but with little more testimonies, थोड़े से और examples आ जाते हैं. So इसके बाद में हमने भगवत गीता शुरू करनी है और आप फिर देखेंगे it is so relatable, finding this light within ourselves or finding the ikigai within ourselves, which is है अंदर, पर हम वहां तक पहुंच नहीं पा रहे. It has been covered with a lot of other things on top. Okay. So next is going to be Masters of Longevity. So that's going to have wisdom words from longest living people, जो लोग बहुत लंबी life जिए हैं, little wisdom from them. And then the Ikigai diet. What do they really eat? That's going to be interesting. We are always interested to know what to eat, what not to eat. So that is the Ikigai diet, means what kind of food do these Japanese eat so that they live beyond 100 years. So we'll finish this off fast. And then next, we are going to pick up the Bhagavad Gita. Are you all interested in that? एक बार हमने starting में करी थी, but now we'll take out the important
Yes,
verses.
ma'am.
Yeah, we will pick up all the important verses from the Bhagavad Gita and understand it a little more. So even my understanding has improved since then because I've done it once again. So 3-4 times we have revised this with Dr. Ranjan, and now we are at a better position to understand it better with my friend Sanjana. And I'm going to call Vishali, who has a beautiful voice, and she can then, recite the verses for us. So keep waiting. Ikigai के बाद हम वो करने वाले हैं. ठीक है? So that's it for today. And any sharing, anyone wants to speak something about the Ikigai? आपको थोड़ा थोड़ा feel होने लगा अपना Ikigai अंदर? कुछ analyze किया? What you're good at? What's your passion? What you really want to do? कि नहीं?
आज का टेक अवे मेरे लिए वो जो स्मॉल थिंग्स वाला जो था, दैट वाज समथिंग wonderful which I would like to apply.
Yeah.
And as far as my Ikigai is concerned, थोड़ा writing में I've been doing something, and I'll share it with you next time when we meet.
Yeah.
And आज के म्यूजिक का लिंक मिल सकता है? I mean, this was very soothing background music that we...
I'll post it in the group. You can put it and do it every day. I also really like it.
Very soothing. Yeah.
Very soothing. Yeah. I'll put the link. Yeah.
Thank you.
So those small things वाला था ना, micro flow, वो हम normally उस चीज को एक बहुत heavy बना लेते हैं कि अरे मुझे ये काम करना है, So उसको भी we can turn it into a game. We can actually turn it into a little game for ourselves. Yeah. So हम वो joy नहीं करते ना, tiny moments we tend to ignore. So,
right.
So when I read about Bill Gates washing his own dishes, I was so inspired. I said, okay, not bad. Handy. Okay, I'm stopping the recording now.